Tim turned out to be a very good teacher in that sense, because you and I kind of relate on the same level as far as talking about the business. And I learned a lot from both of you, but you and I really connected, I think, on the day-to-day sort of operation of it.
Yeah.
I think that was really key. Dad was still doing some traveling. He was still busy selling, and you were getting into it, but I listened to you a lot because you brought in that youthful sort of updated exuberance about running a business that neither Dad or I had. We didn't have it. We'd never run a business. And let's face it, we were both history majors in college. Tim was a business major. So you brought a whole new, fresh approach to...
So when I did start with the company, you and Dad had, whether it was in marriage or business, you had a certain way that you did things. How did my involvement change the way the business was run?
Yeah. Well, we had that couple's relationship, and that's totally different than a relationship that you have when someone else comes into a business, even if it's not your relative. And I think that Dad's approach and your approach were diametrically different. And I tried to take from both of you, but you brought in such a, I'm trying to think what the word is.
Killer attitude.
Yeah, that's what it was, that killer attitude. You brought in a freshness and new ideas. 35 years Dad had been doing this, and you had a whole different approach to it. You were able to look at bigger pictures. You were able to start looking at the internet, whereas something that we hadn't done. Dad was doing catalog companies, but as far as bringing in something where people could go and look at the product without having to get a catalog in the mail.
I remember that because we had sales reps at the time, and we may again in the future, you never know. But I remember how angry they were that we started to sell online, and I can understand that, but it was the way the business was evolving. It was the future of retail in a lot of sense.
Yes, and your colleagues in other businesses, people that you had gone to school with, people that you, in your age group, I think we saw that this was a trend that was going in a direction that was never going to go back to, the old school business. And I think it was really a refreshing, new approach that we just weren't aware of.